Hey guys, it's Algor. Today, in this video, I would like to talk about the incarnations, the recent incarnation series that we got in Global, the thunder and the water incarnations. Um, but just before I talk about the calculations and the mechanics behind it, I want to do a demonstration, the difference between someone with no incarnations. So this would be what I would use without any incarnations. So this is what I use: two garland feather, bountiful harvest, iron wall spirit, hero proof, iron mastery, etc., etc. So this is what I would use before the incarnation came, and then I will show you the damage difference with all 12 incarnations for water. So the way that incarnation works is that it adds so each incarnations give 20% of the element attack, and then 10% magic fill rate. So how that works is that it adds 20% of, so say I have water incarnations, it adds 20% of that water attacks to my base weapon elemental attack. So in this case, I have 2100. Um, the origami weapon has 2169 base water attack, so it adds 20% of that toward to my water damage per incarnation. So that's roughly 433 attack, a water attack each, and then after you get that total amount from the incarnations, that number is being multiplied to the water percentage you have from your armors and your weapons. So that's a little bit different, but I'll show you the math afterwards. Okay, so I'll show you this one without any incarnations, and we can see the lethal draw damage, and then we can compare. I ran out of Shadow Behemoth, so I can't really do shadows, but I think Vaca should be suffice. Oops, 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 oops. Okay, okay. Let's not do when he's weak. 23k. So you can saw that was 23.6k. 23.6. So that's 23.6k damage. So yeah, 23.6k sounds pretty impressive. I mean, normally that's pretty impressive. Since a lethal draw with 3 pieces of origami armors, I mean weapons, and 4 pieces of fantail armors, um, gives you 50% lethal draw reduction in time. So that will be about 1.5 second per lethal draw. So that's pretty good damage for every lethal draw. But what you don't know is that 12 incarnation literally breaks the game. Okay, now I'll show you the 12 incarnations. This bad boy right here. So yeah, so in this one, it's all incarnations. I will suffer from the attack and I mean not attack. I'll suffer from the HP and the defense, but my attack skyrocket. That's because each incarnation gives me 433 attack. And so having all 12 of that gives me a little bit over 5,000. Oh, and I'll show you the math afterwards too. I have it on my photos. But so remember our lethal draw without any incarnation, it does 23.6k damage. I have to remember where I hit him too. I think I hit him in the back, in his butt. So I think if I hit straight on the horns, it does less damage. So I'll try to hit in the back this time. If I can. Right here. 80k. I'll do it again. 80k. Yep. Yeah, if I hit in front, it's a lot lower. So yes, that is 80k damage per lethal draw. And now you can imagine when I go to Slayer mode, Soul mode, there's a lot more damage because that amplifies your water damage. So to show you the math behind it, I did a little bit of I did a little bit of calculations. I took a picture of it, and then now I'll show you guys. Okay, so here I have the pictures. So the 2169 is a base water attack from the weapon. And then 12 incarnations, each of them gives 20% water damage, so that's 240% total. So if you multiply that together, be sure to add 2.4 plus 1 from the base. So that will gives you 7,374k water damage. And then taking that water damage, you multiply that so with the water percentage that you got from your armors and your weapons. So that's 120% from weapon, 200% from armors, and then maximum you can get is 40% armor crystal from the expeditions. I'm not sure if this accounted in here, but assuming that they are, I would have a total of 360% water damage from the armors. That water damage is calculated differently, and so that calculated after all the incarnations being added on. So that's 3.6 plus 1 is 4.6k 4.6 multiplied by 7.3k water attack. So that gives me almost 34k water attack. So that this may seems a lot, and it is, but if you compare this to Lich with 12 incarnations can get over 60k of Earth elemental attack. So Lich is a lot stronger in terms of pulverizing the behemoth, but I think this is still strong as well because this applies to all attacks and all water weapon like all the water weapons. I mean not all the water weapons, all the origami weapons. Um, and so like every time you do a lethal draw or when you do a lethal draw in Slayer mode, this this water attack applies. But for Lich, that 60k Earth attack only counts when they pulverize. So that means when they do armor break, like it wouldn't count that high. So yeah, I think overall this is a lot stronger, but I mean it is not easy to get. Definitely. I mean, 12 water incarnation is very difficult considering in Japan, you could only get one. And that was, very, it's meant so that it's not game breaking. But in global, somehow we could summon it through banners. And so if you have a lot of gems, you can summon and literally break the game. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. That's it for this video. Bye.